It's the WP Minute. This episode is brought to you by Stellar WP. Check out stellarwp.com for all of their WordPress plugins like LearnDash, themes like Cadence, and their open job listings for you in the WordPress community. You know how it goes. Everything I mentioned here will be linked up in the newsletter and the blog post. Check out the WPMinute.com for the links. In the news, there is a call for WordPress users to help with the upcoming release of WordPress 6.0. This release is scheduled for May 24th, 2022. There have been over 400 updates, 500 bug fixes since the last release, and they could really use everybody's help to test. Jump over to make.wordpress.org to join the core Slack channel and get involved. WooCommerce. The WooCommerce blocks roadmap has been released. There are a lot of cool things happening over at WooCommerce, with most of the work taking place right now in the WooCommerce blocks repository with store editing. Take a look at the ways that you can contribute. The plan is to release quarterly updates. From our contributors and producers, if you missed it, go check out the latest e-commerce minute on the WP Minute with Dave Rodenbaugh. He provides additional news and perspective on the owners of Fast, the one-click checkout provider. Jody Forenza wrote a great article on omnichannel marketing over at Web Dev Studios. With an omnichannel strategy, the customer becomes the focus of the campaign. Take a minute to read Jody's article and see if you can consult with a customer using multi-channel marketing in your business. The admin bar community created an anonymous WordPress agency survey for all of their community members to ask them questions about their revenue and various focuses, including things like accessibility, SEO, hosting, etc. The results were very interesting and worth checking out. The first issue of Tiny Press went out this week by our contributor, Daniel Schutzsmith. The article covers 3 WordPress design and development links. There's also a great interview of Chris Coyer from the CSStricks.com website by Nathan Wrigley on the WP Tavern podcast about his sale of CSS Tricks to DigitalOcean. This is a great podcast to learn about Chris's journey. Friend of the show, Scott Bollinger, is seeking a buyer for his pop-up plugin Hollerbox. New members, we would like to thank Courtney Robertson for buying a coffee this week and joining as a monthly member. Next up on the WP Minute, Simplified Business Minute with Sam Muñoz and the Block Editor Dev Minute by Aurooba Ahmed.
Hello there, this is Sam Muñoz, co-host of the Making Website Magic podcast with your Simplified Business Minute. If you've ever found yourself sending out multiple invoices for less than, say, $50, thinking to yourself, how am I possibly going to reach my financial goals this way? This tip is for you. Consider creating a minimum invoice. What that means is never send an invoice out for a client project for less than X dollars. Maybe it's $500, $1,000, $3,000. You totally get to decide. A few things are going to happen when you start to do this. Number one, you will more reliably hit your financial goals. If you have a goal to make $2,000 a month, you'll send no more than 4 invoices per month at $500. It's just math. Number two, this will honor your time. Admin work should be compensated. It takes time to create the invoice, send the email, all of that stuff. So sending a $5 invoice seriously is not worth your time. And number three, larger projects mean that you can support your clients with more than simple Band-Aid fixes, and you can provide broader value. Instead of optimize these 3 images, it can be improve the overall site speed through various improvements. So now I ask you, what is your minimum invoice going to be?
Hi, I'm Aurooba, and this is your Block Editor Dev Minute. If you've tried your hand at developing custom blocks, you've probably used WP Scripts, a core-supported tooling setup that takes care of the complicated things for you so you can get back to building things. Did you know the script now supports multiple blocks? Now, instead of pointing the editor and style scripts in block.json to the build folder, you simply point them relative to block.json, because now WP Scripts can detect multiple block.json files, and it duplicates everything right into the build folder. So if you have 2 blocks, block A and block B, the build folder will have a block A folder with everything you need, including the block.json definition file. Same goes for block B. This makes things a lot simpler. No more fiddling around with Webpack any more than you need to. Learn more in the Block Editor Handbook on WordPress.org. Thanks for listening.
Thanks to all of the members who shared these links today: Lisa Sabin-Wilson, Birgit Pauli-Haack, Daniel Schutzsmith, Dave Rodenbaugh, and Liam Dempsey. Thanks to you, dear listener, for tuning in to your favorite 5 minutes of WordPress news every week. You can support independent content like this by purchasing us a digital coffee at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport or join the Link Squad membership for $79 a year to support the show and become a producer of the WP Minute at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please share it wherever you do social media. Jump on the mailing list at thewpminute.com. And I'm recording this on a MacBook microphone using studio sound in Descript. It's not the best sound, but it works in a pinch when you forget your microphone.